I grew up in Cleveland, so I grew up in most of the black people live on the east side, white people live on the west side. It's starting to get a little more integrated now, but we're still a segregated city. If you go to other places, you'll see.
Segregated, I guess. I guess it's a true statement in a various ways, economically, racially, politically, even. People seem to think different places or different ways in different places: east side, west side, inner ring, outer ring. Um, I'm pretty oblivious personally. I don't always realize it myself. But I know there's plenty of people I know, my friends. There's places they're afraid to go in Cleveland, even just 5 miles away from where they are now, depending which direction you're heading. And that's just how it's always been.
I would definitely say that I don't know much about, except for what I've been told, as far as east side, west side. When I first moved to Cleveland, I was on the east side, now I'm on the west side. I don't know what that means for people that live here. I just like the neighborhoods that I lived in, and I wasn't really looking at where it was at. As far as danger and crime, I guess, not being here long enough, I don't perceive that Cleveland has any more crime than anywhere else or where I've been living in New York most of my life, but I will say, and this is, to the work that I do on a daily basis that I really believe in. I work for a prisoner reentry project, and I do see more difficulty here trying to help my clients integrate and get back into society and get the opportunities more so than I've seen in other jurisdictions that, in that realm, are a little bit more progressive.
I do believe that segregation exists here, and again, these are my personal opinions based off my own personal experiences. I went to all East Cleveland schools, and the first time I was ever in class with a white person is when I got to Cleveland State University. So I wasn't prepared for the cultural differences or anything else. So to me, in my personal opinion, it is segregated, and we do have an East Side West Side thing. I don't know what that whole beef is, but I'm talking about the racial differences, and why there is crime absolutely everywhere. When I was a renter in Euclid, my home was never burglarized over that 1 year time period. When I purchased a home as a homeowner in Cleveland on East 97th off of Cedar, my home was burglarized 3 times in 1 year. So to me, in my personal experiences, they don't make me bitter. They make me critically think about things and what I want to see change and try to be that change that I like to see.
You have to be able to embrace other cultures, so growing up where I did, it was uncommon for me not to have diversity around me. So, I love all different types of food, Indian food, and Middle Eastern food, Asian food, just because that's who I grew up with. So I was exposed to that, and I do see that. I did see, moving here, it was very black and white in the sense that, I didn't see it first, but I've, grown to see and been involved with organizations that provide more diversity. But you can't know what you don't know. So if you can't know what you don't know, then we have to educate people. And I completely agree with Crystal. Forums such as this and utilizing what's current, what do we tap into? Social media. We have to get the word out there, but it does start at home, and it does start with your community, and our community is broken right now. So if our base is not stable and if our base is not strong, then we can't expand out and expect the city and the county and the state and the entire country to embrace it. You have to start at home.
The home is a really important part. Everything starts at the home. And families are falling apart right now. It's all because of a lot of things, because of culture, because of tensions in the area, but it's also because of jobs. We have a big jobs crisis right now. That comes back to money. If you can't make money, you can't support your family, everything starts to fall apart. And I think that's the biggest tension right now, especially in the Cleveland area, all over the country right now, but everywhere across the country. People need jobs, people need money. Without money, it's all going to tumble. Cleveland will be the next Detroit in a matter of years if that doesn't change. I know I'm 29 years old. I have a master's degree. I have user experience creating award-winning graphic design, and I'm unemployed. And I can't find a job. I go interview to interview for weeks and weeks and months, and you just can't do it. The jobs are gone. We don't make jobs anymore. Until we fix that, we can't fix Cleveland.
I gave this some thought. My opinion is we are getting away from not only family values, we're more of the haves and the have-nots now. It doesn't matter your race or creed. If you're either going to have a job or you're not going to have a job. If you don't have a job, you're not going to be able to support your family. And I think we need to create jobs instead of looking for jobs. This young man here, he could probably be an entrepreneur because It's the old days of working 20 years for a company and retiring, those days are gone, and they're not coming back. And I don't think building casinos, we can't gamble our way out of a recession. That's ridiculous because you're going to have more have-nots. So it's not an easy answer, but we need some dialogue. We need to talk to each other, because if you don't talk to each other, it's fear. You fear people you don't talk to.
We start caring, we start educating, we start being a community again. To me, those are the first steps. And to hold these kind of forums where you have the opportunity to speak, use the social media for something else other than a drama. Use it for something of importance. And, then, because there's so many people on Facebook and Twitter or Skype or whatever else, then you'll have an audience that's captive, and maybe they'll want to start listening. And when you believe that people care, you tend to want to follow the people that care, and you'll want to do something about it.